Alrighty guys, welcome to the 7th of September 2014 stream by myself, Agents Letty, also known as callsign Mongrel1. Yeah, I'm currently in my hangar, still got the Aurora from the DragonCon pass. I actually noticed on the 5th of September my time, it wasn't there, and then the next day it was, so I'm assuming that on the 8th of September, probably my time, maybe Star Citizen's time zone. I think it's the Austin. It's either the Austin or the LA branch. Their time. It may end up leaving my hangar. Cool beans. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly access my ships here, and I'm going to put on my loner, being my 300i, put the mass driver on it. Why? Because a 300i with a mass driver on it is too OP. Actually, I don't think that it's OP. I think like it's the only way that you can actually be competitive with a 300i. That's my own personal opinion though. So make sure I put the ammo on it. Coolio Beanios. Myself personally, I wasn't really a massive fan of the Omsky 6s. Don't mind the McDonald tunes in the background. I got a McDonald's that's down the road, and the road that I live on, even though it's a back road, it just happens to have all the hoons, they all go down it when they go into McDonald's, so that's the story behind the McDonald's hoons right there. But, back to what I was talking about, the Omniski 6s, I sometimes call them Omskis, but they're Omniskis. The Omniski 6s, wasn't a massive fan of them because of the low rate of fire that they had. You get 4 shots and then they're on cooldown. Like, they're good for what they do. And with a mass driver on your nose, like, you can't go wrong. As far as I'm concerned, like, it's the only way that you can be competitive in a 300i as it stands. Because going against Hornets, like, unless you can kill them fast and they can kill you, and they've got 4 guns and technically 6, if they put mass drivers in the nose, then, you know, like, you got hardly any chance as it is. But yeah, that's what I'll be rocking for now. If you give me a moment just before I go into my game, just need to check something. We'll see how my internet goes. Just reloading my chat box there. What I'll do while I'm waiting, I'll put the loading screens, the dogfighting highlights on. I do have to warn you guys, just be careful if one of them turns out to be really loud, and my bad. I still have to go through those videos and drop the volume on them. The music that I've managed to get hold of that's royalty free, turns out that some of them, I don't think they're being balanced properly, and because of that they can come across as a bit loud.
Achieved missile. Achieved missile launch. Achieved missile launch.
Warning. You are approaching simulation boundaries.
Initiated. Scan initiated. Contact. Contact. Scan initiated. Contact. Contact. Scan initiated. Contact. Contact.
Simulation boundary.
Operational. Contact.
Alright, we got a match going.
Targeting nearest hostile.
Although my chat for some reason is not loading up how I want it to, so we'll see how we go.
Contact.
Prefer to be just playing the game.
Scan initiate.
Boosting weapons and forward shields. Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Scan initiated. Proximity alert. Stern shielding depleted.
Locking on.
Proximity alert.
Firing
Achieved
now.
missile lock. Proximity alert.
I don't know how that works.
Eliminated. Refreshing shields.
Balancing
Contact.
shields.
Flare launched.
Locking on.
Contact.
Boosting
Achieved
weapons and
missile
forward.
lock.
Firing now.
Hostile eliminated. Scan initiated. Refreshing shields.
Alright, I'll fix
Refreshing
up the chat
shields.
soon.
Contact. Proximity alert.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock. Flare launched. Scan initiated.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Force shield at half strength. Stern shield depleted. Force shield at quarter strength. Force shield depleted. Weapon system.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna try and fix my chat quickly. Apparently I can't. I'll fix it in the next game.
Respawning.
Origin Jump Works at your service. Core system operational. Contact.
Be
Contact.
safe and calm. Scab off.
Scan
Targeting
initiated.
nearest hostile.
Contact. Contact.
Targeting nearest hostile. Boosting weapons and
Proximity
forward shields.
alert. Scan initiated.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Contact.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Weapon system. Stern shielding depleted. Thrusters. Has
Brace
received
for ejection.
proximity.
Oh crap.
Respawning.
This hasn't bugged out for me.
Respawning.
Yep, game's bugged out. Alright, while I restart my game, you guys can watch more highlights. Looks like my chat's working the way it's supposed to. Okay, I've just turned the volume down on those videos so that, for now, you won't get your ears blasted out until I'm able to go into those videos and fix them up. Game's reloaded. Starting out the back one. Gonna try another battle royale. Chances are I'll have Alright, here we go, game on.
Contact.
Be safe and calm. Scab off.
Yep,
Relative mode engaged.
same match as earlier.
Contact.
Targeting nearest
Scan
hostile.
initiated. Contact.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock. Contact.
Firing now.
Contact. Flare launched. Force shield at half strength. Proximity alert. Stern shielding at 75%. Scan initiated. Flare launched.
Balancing shield.
Flare. Contact.
Boosting weapons forward.
Depleted. Force shield depleted. Thrusters.
Warning.
Locking on.
Has
You are
received
approaching
catastrophic damage.
simulation boundary.
Refreshing shields.
Respawning.
Origin
Be
jump
safe
works
and
at
calm.
your
Scab
service.
off.
Core
Relative
system
mode engaged.
operational.
Targeting
Contact.
nearest hostile.
Scan initiated. Scan
Targeting
initiated.
nearest hostile.
Contact. Contact.
Boosting weapons and forward shields.
Contact.
Locking on.
Achieved missile.
Firing
Contact.
now.
Contact.
Locking on.
Proximity alert. Achieved missile lock. Scan initiated. Contact. Proximity
Targeting
alert.
nearest hostile.
Contact. Scan initiated. Contact.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Boosting weapons and forward shields. Firing
Flare
now.
launched.
Locking
Flare
on.
launched. Contact. Achieved missile lock.
Firing now. Locking on.
Achieved.
Locking
Contact.
on.
Achieved missile lock. Scan initiated. Contact. Scan initiated. Proximity alert. Contact. Hostile elim. Flare launched. Scan
Locking on.
initiated. Contact.
Firing now.
Achieved missile lock. Scan initiated. Contact.
Locking on.
Oh, I'm out of missiles. Damn it! I'm gonna get this turbine guy.
Hostile eliminated. Scan initiated. Achieved missile lock. Scan initiated. Refreshing shields. Scan initiated. Contact. Contact. Flare launch.
Somebody else is after me. Because that did not come from that Twitch guy.
Scan
There
initiated.
he is.
Core shield
Boosting
at
weapons and
strength.
forward shields.
Stern shielding depleted. Flare launched. Contact. Proximity alert. Contact. Scan initiated. Refreshing shields. Scan initiated. Proximity alert. Thrusters.
Brake for ejection.
Well, not bad. Considering I only got in the match 5 minutes ago. And I still managed to come third. I don't even think I saw Zim once. Or maybe I did and I just wasn't paying attention. But not a bad match. Alright, wow, I just realised that we'd gone through that loading screen and I had not put on the dogfighting highlights. And it didn't actually go that long either. Which is kind of weird. Alrighty. Let's do something a bit more organised. Let's try capture the core match. Why? Because I feel like capture the core. And you guys can't stop me from doing that. That's right. I said that. In fact, I'm kind of over watching my own dogfighting highlights, so you guys are going to get to watch the loading screen with me. Yeah, look at that little blue blinking line. By the way, I have been consuming alcohol. Not that I condone that sort of activity. If you're old enough to, go ahead. It's a free world. If you're not, listen to your parents. It's bad for you. But that being said, I had a guild event previously in a different game that I will not mention because I prefer to keep that side a little bit secret. Bit of mystery about somebody is never a bad thing. But I was having a drinking event with my guild and then, you know, it just happened that I had my stream to do now, so... Well, I didn't have to do it, I chose to do the stream, didn't I? There's no real compulsion. Alright, here we go guys, game
Core
on.
system operational.
Oh, it's 1v1.
Capture the core initiated.
Somebody killed me.
Contact.
I don't know who they are.
Relative
Dragol.
engaged.
Scan
Targeting
initiated.
nearest hostile.
He is in a 300i as well.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing on.
Wow, he's really going for that core.
Force shield at half strength. Force shield depleted. Hostile eliminated.
Alright, one thing I will point out though,
Refreshing shields.
right then and there, just in that fight, he lost not because he was a
Refreshing
bad
shields.
fighter, but because he had no horizontal movement there at all. He was just trying to do linear attacks,
Refreshing shields.
whereas I was able to circle around. Alright, so if you do get into a one-on-one fight with a 300i like that, use decoupled mode. Decouple mode
Contact.
is your friend. Hey mate. Good
Contact.
owner. Hello, how you doing?
Scan initiated.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now. Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Yeah, not too bad, man. Had a few drinks, got a bit of a buzz going on, playing a bit of capture the call.
Stern shielding at half strength. Refreshing
Lock on.
shields.
Locking
Stern
on.
shielding at quarter strength. Stern shielding
Locking
depleted.
on.
Achieved
Firing
missile lock.
Oh wow, he just hit something.
Refreshing shields.
That's gonna cost him. Actually, he's lucky he's further away. I'm flying a 300i, man. Currently in capture the call match.
Hostile eliminated. Contact. Scan
I
initiated.
don't really want to spawn camp this guy. I do have an Aurora that I could fly, but I actually own an Avenger and I've got the 300i as the loaner ship until the Avengers Arena Commander ready.
Flare launched. Force shield at half strength. Stern shield depleted. Force shield depleted. Stern shielding at quarter strength. Hostile eliminated.
Well, in the end, man, it really depends on
Refreshing
what you actually
shields.
want out of the game. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, myself personally, I bought the Avenger because I saw it as a utility
Contact.
ship. Whereas, you know, like you might,
Refreshing
you know,
shields.
if you're really into dogfighting than that, highly recommend the Hornet. I know it's expensive,
Contact.
but, you know, like, you can't go past the Hornet at the moment. Like, Hornets in the hands of a good pilot are 2 AP.
Contact.
Alright, I need to go and capture the enemy's
Scan
core because if I don't, they're going to be able to score points.
Flare launched.
You know, but the good thing is at the moment, man, like,
Flare.
you know, if you just want to get into Arena Commander, you can buy the basic Aurora package,
Flare launched.
and as you get money, you can upgrade it. Like, you can
Stern
upgrade it.
shielding.
You want to explore and smuggle stuff. Well, you'd probably look at, like, something like a multi-cruise ship then.
Contact.
Like, maybe a Freelancer or a Constellation. But, like, I can't really make that decision for you, man. Like,
Flare
they're all
launched.
good ships, really. And anything that you, like, if you pledge now, like, you can
Flare
always
lo-
get the ship in-game when it finally comes out. Like, the pledges at the moment are really only there so that the game gets the funding that it needs so that it can be made. Yeah, they are pretty expensive, man. But at the same time, like,
Force
oh wow, something killed me. But at the same time, like, you're pledging for a game, and
Warning. You are
Origin
approaching
jump works
simulation
at your
boundary.
service. Core system operational. Contact.
G safe and comm staff off. Relative mode
Scan
engaged.
initiated.
Adjusting radar range.
sorry about that, I just had
Friendly.
that signal. Oh
Scan
wow, that guy just
initiated.
killed himself? I'm gonna try and get that call. What's the cheapest multi-cruise ship? I believe it's a Cutlass. I believe the Cutlass is the cheapest one, though you could get, like, depending on what you want to do, like, what is it, exploring and smuggling, you'd probably enjoy the freelancer, to be honest. Like, that's just me.
Friendly call returned.
You'd probably like the freelancer. But you know, like on the RSI website, man, like you could go there and check out all the ship stats and, you know, like check out all the videos, read the forums. You know, like that's what I did a lot. Like I did a lot of that before I decided to pledge. You know, look into it. And you know, like you don't have to pledge for the ship now. Like if you want a multi-crew ship, you know, you don't have to get it now. Like you can just get the basic package so that, you know, like you've got a copy of the game.
Scan initiated.
And when the game finally gets released, you can actually get a copy of it.
Achieved missile launch. Scan initiated. Stern shield approachable.
Wow, you guys smashed me. Let's do it. But yeah, the I believe it's the Cutlass that's the cheapest one.
Respawning.
Origin
Be
jump
safe
works
and calm.
at your
Staff
service. Core
Relative
system.
mode engaged.
Contact. Scan initiated. Scan initiated.
Friendly.
Prize with in-game
Enemy
money.
call.
I'm not 100% sure what you mean by prize with in-game money. Are you talking about like earning in-game currency?
Locking on.
Achieved missile launch.
Firing now. Locking on. Boosting weapons and forward shields.
Achieved missile.
Firing now.
Alert.
Enemy call.
Proximity alert.
Firing now.
Achieved missile launch.
Friendly call picked up.
Well, earning UEC is going to depend on the persistent universe, and to be quite honest, I haven't really released any information on that yet. So, like, I couldn't tell you at the moment how hard it's going to be to earn UEC in game. Oh, and the ships costing UEC, it'll probably, depending on the ship, depends on, you know, like
Friendly.
how much it's going to cost. Like, multi-crew ships are going to be expensive UEC wise, but they haven't
Proximity
released any
alert.
sort of details like that with how much the ships are going to cost it
Contact.
there anyway.
Enemy call picked up.
You know, like earning UEC is going to come down to risk versus reward, really. So, the higher
Proximity
risk
alert.
that you're taking, you know, the higher reward that you'll get. So, if you're like
Contact.
transporting, you know, illegal goods into a highly secured system where you're not
Stern
supposed to,
shielding
you
at
may get paid a lot for
75%.
it. Whereas if you're like taking
Stern
pillows to
shielding
a
depleted.
high security system, then you might not get as much.
Scan initiated.
Friendly call picked
Contact.
up.
Locking on.
Force shield depleted.
Boosting weapons and firing
Achieved
now.
missile lock.
Locking on. Locking on.
Refreshing shield.
Firing now.
Achieved missile. Contact. Refreshing shield.
Like, there's going to be so much stuff to be able to do in this game. It's not fun.
Flare launch. Stern shielding depleted. Stern shielding
Friendly
depleted.
call.
Hostile eliminated. Scan initiated. Flare
Friendly call
launched.
returned.
Proximity alert. Force shield depleted. Contact. Flare launched. Refreshing shields. Refreshing shields. Flare launched.
Friendly core picked up.
My basic understanding of the insurance is that if you have insurance, it will replace your ship. However, it's not going to be an instantaneous type replacement. It will all depend on supply and demand. So if you have a very rare ship and it gets destroyed and you've got insurance on it, it will get replaced, but the replacement time of it may take a long time because it's got to be made. Like everything's going to be based on real world stuff. So you know, like things have to be made in the game. Ships have to be made in the game if you need it replaced. There will be certain areas that you can't go to, like that insurance companies won't cover.
Refreshing shields.
You know, if you go into like pirate space or anything like that, you know, some insurance companies won't cover you for that. So if you like get destroyed there, you know, your insurance is not going to pay as much. Well, it's kind of hard to say at the moment because in the persistent universe part, because that's where insurance comes into play. The persistent universe part of the game hasn't come out. Arena Commander, depending on what you're doing, it's actually quite easy. Like Arena Commander, it's actually quite easy to like crash a ship. But you know, like insurance is mainly for like things where you get ambushed or attacked.
Proximity alert. Scan initiated. Hostile eliminated.
Teammates doing something. No, you don't need insurance in Arena Commander. Arena Commander is like it's a game within a game. Actually, it's quite funny the way that they described it. Arena Commander is like a arcade mode for the actual persistent universe. Like this is where you come and practice your fighting in ships and that. You know, at the current point in time, like this module that they've got is single ship dogfighting. You know, when they get to version 1 of Arena Commander, you'll be able to fly nearly all the single-seater ships in Arena Commander, and there's no real consequence to dying in Arena Commander because it's all technically virtual. It's like a computer game within a computer game, if you know what I mean by that. And then you go out into the persistent universe, and that's when everything counts. The persistent universe is like the real game, whereas this is like pretend.
Reload failed. Flare launched. Refreshing shields. Stern shield depleted. Contact.
Boosting engines and rear shields.
Stern shield
Just realised I have no
depleted.
boost.
Thrusters.
Enemy core
Enemy core returned.
respawning.
Origin jump
G
works
safe and
at your
comm
service.
staff off.
Core system
Relative mode
operational.
engaged.
Contact. Scan initiated.
No, like Arena Commander at the moment is a single player game with multiplayer aspects, but eventually, like
Flare launch.
there'll be multi-crew ships that you can fly in Arena Commander, and there'll be a first-person module, first-person shooter module to Arena Commander.
Boosting engines and rear shields.
But Star Citizen as a
Flare
whole
launched.
is going to be a massive multiplayer online game. So you're always going to be playing with other
Refreshing
players.
Flare
But
launch.
there's also the other component to it where you can select your interactions with other players if you want. Like if you want to be a more PvE type experience, you can choose that. If you want it to be a more PvP type experience when you're going out, like you can choose that as well. Like they're going to try and do their best to cater towards both PvE orientated players and PvP orientated players.
Scan initiated.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Flare launched.
Warning. You are approaching the simulation boundary.
Stern shielding at 75%. Force shield depleted. Refreshing shields.
And rear shields.
Flare locked.
Gotta try and avoid these guys. I got 3 minutes to just try and win.
Flare launched. Refreshing shields.
But yeah, man, like I highly recommend checking out the website. You know, like that's where you'll learn a lot of the stuff. You know, feel free to ask questions there, although, you know, like use the search part of it as well. Because you'll find a lot of members.
Achieved missile lock. Proximity alert.
Well, players don't get their own house, but they get their own hangar, and the hangar is treated like their house.
Flare
So, you know,
launched.
like, that's where your ship lives, and this game is centered around that sort of stuff. So, you know, if you have a ship, it lives in a hangar, and you own that hangar. You'll be able to own one hangar, as far as I'm aware,
Warning.
and you'll be able to rent
You are
others in
approaching
other
simulation
areas.
boundary.
And, you know, like you can decorate your hangar however you want. You know,
Contact.
put as many ships in your hangar as you want.
Proximity alert.
But yeah, like this game will be like, it will have an RPG type element to it. Like that's a persistent universe, and the persistent universe is still being worked on. And like the persistent universe is the main game of Star Citizen.
Stern shielding. Flare launch.
Well, it'll come down to in-game money, like paying for rent for your hangars and that. If you know what microtransactions are,
Friendly call
Scan
dropped.
initiated.
microtransactions are going to be the system that Star Citizen will be using, and that will be so that, you know, like if you want to buy extra credits, you can do that with real world money, but you don't have to. Like if you want to use, you know, if you earn in-game credits in-game, hence the reason why they're in-game credits, but if you're earning in-game credits, you know, you can use that to pay for your hangar. But
Friendly call returned.
if you, you know, buy credits with real money, you can still do that. That's the way that they're trying to do it. They're trying to avoid a pay-to-win system, so it's mainly just going to be credits. I'm out of boost again. You know, like, currently whether... I don't think it's going to be pay-to-win.
Enemy team is victorious.
Personally, I don't think it'll be pay-to-win.
Warning.
Because when the game actually gets closer to being released, they're actually going to reduce what you can purchase. So, you know, at the moment... Oh, okay. No worries. But yeah, at the moment, where the game is now, like, you're pledging money, and then they give you, like, depending on how much money you pledge to them, they give you a package back. Whereas, you know, like, when the game goes into beta, they'll start doing something like a pre-order type system where you pre-order the game, and then, you know, when the game is finally released, you get to play the game. So, you know, like, just to get your foot in the door, myself personally, you know, like, I just pledge, you know, like, at the current point in time, if dogfighting is what you're into, $45 will get you the base package, and that gives you Aurora multiplayer. The beta is probably a long way off, and the funny thing is that It depends on what type of beta, like which beta you're talking about, because at the moment, this game is going through different it's going through different stages, and different modules are coming out. And Arena Commander is just one module. Like this Arena Commander is just only one module of the game. You know, when like what I would consider the real beta is the Persistent Universe, and that's going to be the main game that everybody's really hanging out for. I'd say the Smuggler would be, depending on the area that you go to, depends on if it's going to be more PvE or more PvP. You know, if you're going into more lawless systems where there's not as much security, it's probably going to be more PvP orientated. Whereas if you are like staying in the high security type systems and you're doing smuggling, then it's probably going to be more PvE orientated. So it depends on where you go, really. But you know, man, like this game is like, it's got a long time before it comes out. Well, that's a personal preference thing, actually. Like, you know, if I was going to be a smuggler, I'd probably have somebody in the ship with me as a co-pilot. You know, because if I get attacked, you know, I'm going to want somebody there to be able to man the guns while I fly the ship. But, you know, like you could hire an NPC to do that, it just won't be as good as a real person. But you know, like the game hasn't been, like it hasn't been developed to that point where I could make those, where I could sit there and tell you definite answers. It's all like speculation. Myself personally, like if I was going to be a smuggler, then yeah, I would try and do it with a friend. No problems, good owner. It was nice to chat with you, mate. And while you're doing that, I'm going to start another match. Alrighty then, so I'm going to do a squadron battle. Oh wow. Try launching again. What is going on? Maybe squadron battles are full. Alright, here we go. Looks like we're going into a match.
Core system
And I'm by
operational.
myself.
G safe and calm. Stab off.
No, I hope
Relative
I'm not
mode
in a
engaged.
forever alone match. If you're not sure what I mean by a forever alone match, it's the match where you're by yourself and nobody else shows up. Scoreboard. They spelt scoreboard wrong. Or the overlay for my ship is covering up the SC. Here we go, we got a player!
Contact.
Who is it? Who is it? Game's done. 3, 2, 1.
Squadron battle initiated.
Death Bear. Okay.
Scan
Targeting
initiated.
nearest hostile.
He is in a Hornet and he's facing towards me.
Boosting weapons and forward shields. Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Flare launched. First shield at 75% strength. Stern shielding at quarter strength. Flare launched.
Right, I'm playing a dangerous game at the moment with this Hornet.
Refreshing shields.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Refreshing shields. Flare launched.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing
Flare
now.
launched. Flare launched. Core shield depleted. Stern shielding depleted.
Balancing shields. Boosting engines
Flare.
and rear shields.
Refreshing
Can't
shields.
stand how many missiles bloody Hornets get. Good thing I can fly faster than he can. Well, I have a higher top speed, he has better acceleration. Frontal attack.
Refreshing
Boosting
shields.
weapons and forward shields.
Core shield at 75% strength. Flare launched.
Oh, I gotta get out of here. I gotta fly evasively.
Flare launched. Refreshing shield.
I'm winning on points. I'm having a hard time trying to kill him. He's not bad. I'm gonna run out of boost soon. I can't keep doing this.
Refreshing.
Gotta get a kill on him.
Core shield at 75% strength. At quarter strength. Stern shielding depleted. Stern shielding
Balancing
depleted.
shields. Boosting engines
Refreshing
and rear
shields.
shields.
Refreshing shields. Stern shielding at quarter strength.
Boosting weapons and forward shields.
Refreshing shields.
Warning. You are approaching the simulation boundary.
Oh no, I think he just DC'd. But I did win that fight.
Contact.
Brace for ejection.
I need a new ship. Well, that's a good thing about Arena Commander. No consequences if you die. You know, your KD ratio doesn't really count at the
Stand
moment.
by for reintegration.
Respawning.
Origin jump works
G-safe
at
and
your
com
service.
stab off.
Core system
Targeting
operational.
nearest hostile.
Contact. Scan initiated.
Boosting weapons and forward shields.
I'm using a program called Voice Attack. If you're wondering, you'll hear every now and again Microsoft Anna say some random stuff. I actually have a push to talk set up, so when I'm talking on Twitch, you'll hear me when I'm pushing the button, and when I'm not talking, I'll be saying other stuff, so that you guys don't hear me raging in Twitch.
Locking on.
Achieved missile
Boosting
lock.
weapons and forward shield. Firing now.
Flare launched. Stern shielding at half strength. Stern shielding depleted.
Boosting
Refreshing
engines and rear
shields.
shields.
Refreshing shields.
Boosting weapons and forward shields. Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
75%. Stern shielding at quarter strength.
Firing now. Locking on.
Refreshing shields.
Firing now.
Massive
Hostile
risk I took
eliminated.
there. Massive risk.
Proximity alert.
Got to be careful when you get into those
Refreshing
sorts of fights with a
shields.
Hornet. Some pilots you just cannot do it. Some pilots in a Hornet are just that good. You try and
Contact.
get into like that type of strafing fight with them, they will just destroy you. They'll run circles around you. 2v1. Alright, I'm just going to hold off a bit. I'm going to let DZB, that's his nickname I'm giving him. DZB, I'm going to give him a chance. I've already killed him once. He's not bad at fighting. You know, I don't want to ruin his experience. This game's supposed to be fun. You know, it's not up to me to go and ruin his experience because this game's in the testing phase.
Scan initiated.
It's I think my teammates in a Hornet. Should be a fairly even fight. See if I can get a bit closer so you guys can see a bit more. Don't mind me, I'm just having a quick drink. Just floating forward because I want to actually be able to watch this fight. I want you guys to see it too. Because you'll see like these Hornets, some of the tactics that they're utilizing like are based on like the actual agility of a Hornet. Of course they are, because Hornet's very agile. There you go. Look how they're circling each other. Now you can only get away with that in space type combat. You know, Newtonian type combat. You know, there's no atmosphere here. Oh wow, he did well. He did well. Alright. Gotta fight him now.
Hostile eliminated.
Okay. So, just to explain why I just killed him so easily then. I'm using a mass driver on the nose of
Contact.
my ship. And that's a ballistic type weapon. The mass driver is a 60mm type round. And that's in diameter. So imagine a 6 centimeter plate smashing you in the face. And that's essentially what I did. I hit his cockpit. Because if you have a look, he was inverted compared to me. And my rounds were landing pretty much where his cockpit was. So that's probably what happened. Was that my rounds landed on his cockpit. And the way that ballistic weapons work at the moment is that they punch straight through shields. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's a way that they're supposed to be intended. But, you know, like, that comes down to the way that CIG wants to set up the combat system. I believe the way that it's supposed to work is that lasers take down shields and ballistics take down armor. Welcome back, good owner. Just providing a bit of commentary here on this fight that I'm watching, because at the moment it's a 2v1 and I don't want to disturb what's going on here. I want to let our opponent, to have a chance at trying to win.
Scan initiated.
So at this current point in time, you're watching two Hornets duke it out in a bit of a dogfight. Check on my mate.
Scan initiated.
Oh no, he just hit something. You can tell by the way that he's spinning.
Flare launched. Force shield at 75% strength.
Alright, looks like he wants to fight me instead.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Myself personally, like,
Stern shielding at 75%.
I know he wants to fight me, but I
Flare
don't.
launched.
Yeah, well, that's what Arena Commander is actually intended for. Like,
Flare
Arena
launched.
Commander is supposed to be the esports of Star Citizen. You know, the game within a game, and you know, they would like to actually try and do that because when the next patch comes out, one of the gaming modes that's going to be involved is going to be racing. Yeah, I can show you the ships that I got. Well, I'll show you the ship that I have. And you'll see the other two that are currently in my hangar. One of them is because of a free pass that's no longer available at the moment. Kind of missed out on that if you haven't actually managed to get on that. Yeah, the Dragon Con free trial. Ooh, it's 2v2 now. And actually,
Force shield
start
at
fighting.
half strength.
Oh wow, one of
Scan
them's close than I
initiated.
thought.
Flare launched.
Locking on.
Achieved missile
Firing
lock.
now.
Oh wow, I was not paying attention to that one. That's fine, man. We're all new ones. Same here, man. I actually heard about it after they started campaigning for it.
Origin jump works
and
at your
comm
service.
staff off.
Core system
Military mode
operational. Contact.
Locking on.
Scan initiated.
Firing now.
Achieved missile lock. Flare launched. Scan initiated. Stern shield depleted. Proximity alert.
Oh, I think he crashed into me. But yeah, man, I heard about the game not long after their first, what was it?
Stand by for
Their first
reintegration.
campaign to actually build up money for it.
Origin jump works at your service. Core system operational. Scan initiated. Contact. Scan initiated.
Not sure if I know what you mean by that. Days? Are you talking about DayZ?
Contact.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Boosting weapons and forward shields. Be safe and comms. Firing now.
Force shield at
Locking
half
on.
strength. Stern shield depleted. Flare launched. Refreshing shields. Contact.
Oh yeah, I played
Flare
DayZ. That's fine,
launched.
man. That's cool. Yeah, I played
Refreshing
DayZ a fair
shield.
bit. You will have that sort of component there.
Refreshing shields.
Locking on.
Contact. Scan initiated.
Locking on.
Achieved missile
Firing
lock.
now.
Hostile eliminated. Scan initiated. Proximity alert.
I actually
Contact.
enjoyed DayZ quite a bit. I haven't played the standalone version yet though. But I played the Arma 2 version, I like that
Contact. Scan initiated.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Boosting weapons and forward shields.
Achieved missile
Firing
lock.
now.
Flare launched. Force shield at flare. Stern shielding at
Boosting
quarter
engines and
strength.
rear shields.
Refreshing
Boosting weapons
shields.
and forward shields.
Flare launched. Stern shielding at 75%. Stern shielding depleted. Contact. Refreshing shields. Contact. Refreshing shields. Contact. Stern shielding at half strength.
Oh, a bit of G's.
Contact. Flare long. Stern
Well, from what
shielding
I
at
understand of
quarter strength.
DayZ, it's still in
Stern
its development phase.
Boosting engine and
Refreshing
rear
shields. Refreshing shields.
Yeah, I think the
Flare.
mod has had a lot of more development time.
Flare launch.
forward shield.
Contact. Scan. Proximity alert.
I think those two are
Stern
actually in
shielding.
TeamSpeak together. Judging from the way that those two are flying,
Refreshing.
both on me.
Refreshing shields.
It's not a bad match now, this one. I think like the mod is a lot better at the moment because of the variety that you can get out of it too for DayZ.
Scan initiated.
Oh, I've run out of boost.
Contact.
Locking on.
Flare launched. Contact.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now. Locking on.
Achieved missile lock. Contact.
Firing now. Brake for ejection.
Had to bail out there so I could refresh on my missiles and get a better ship so that my weapons weren't damaged.
Stand by for reintegration.
You mean a new engine? A new engine for DayZ?
Respawning.
Origin jump works at your service. Core system
engaged.
operational. Contact. Scan
Locking
initiated. Core shield depleted. Achieved missile
on.
lock.
Boosting weapons and forward
Contact.
shields. Locking on.
Refreshing shields. Flare launched. Refreshing shields.
Firing now.
Yeah. It can be kind of hard to get the right engine for the right game sometimes, and like DayZ, the mod was only like made by one dude. Actually no, I'm pretty sure it was made by a team, but you know, the idea came from one guy.
Respawning. G-Safe and comm staff off. Relative mode engaged.
Origin jump works at your service.
Targeting nearest
Core system
hostile.
operational. Scan initiated. Contact.
Boosting weapons and forward shields.
Contact.
Locking on. Locking on. Firing
Scan
now.
initiated. Contact.
Yeah. Rocket. Okay, yeah. I probably heard right the first time then, and he was the only one.
Locking on.
Chaff launched.
Firing now.
Achieved. Flare launched. Contact. Scan initiated.
Yeah, that guy really went. Rocket, alright. Well, I gotta say, like, if it was one guy that worked on that mod, you know, like, it's a pretty awesome mod for just one dude to come up with.
G-Safe and comm staff off. Relative. Targeting nearest hostile.
Origin jump works at your service. Core system operational. Scan initiated.
Locking on. Locking on.
Flare launched.
Firing now.
Achieved missile lock. Stern
Lock
shielding at 75%.
Boosting weapons and
Achieved
forward
missile
shields.
lock.
Firing now.
Stern shielding at half strength. At 75% strength. Contact. Refreshing shields.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Flare
Locking on.
launched. Contact.
Firing now.
Achieved missile lock. Flare launched. Stern shielding at quarter strength. Stern shielding
Boosting
depleted.
engines and rear
Flare
shields.
launched. Refreshing shields. Contact.
Well, the good thing about games is that, like, if the game isn't finished to their liking, you know, they can always add expansion to
Refreshing
it.
shields. Scan initiate.
Boosting weapons and forward shields.
One of the problems with
Refreshing shields.
most games, though, is that they've got, like, big companies or, like, you know, like, big companies trying to back them, trying to push so that they make money.
Locking
Contact. Achieved missile.
on. Firing
Whereas Star
now.
Citizen doesn't actually have that. Like, Star Citizen is crowdfunding.
Friendly
Oh,
team
nice, we won.
is victorious.
Oh, wow, I did really bad. Like in third place. I guess I should have focused on killing. Well, I'm glad my team was able to carry me. But yeah, like the reason why I'd probably be going on consoles and that is because like the companies that are backing DayZ standalone are probably sitting there going, we want money, we want to maximize the coverage that we can get. So they're saying, you know, like this game will be on all console, like everything. You know, if it can be made for that platform, we'll put it on there. Star Citizen, on the other hand, will never be on console. Actually, I say that like I know. Alright, I'll check out the video. I've just put this on my dogfighting highlights. I don't know if it's real, but if it was, it looks like it hurt a lot. Alrighty, well I am back in my hangar. So, I'll show you the fighters that I've currently got in my hangar. Now I'm going to point out like two of the three that I've got in here I don't own. The first one is the 300i. Now one thing I want to point out is that the current ships that are available in Star Citizen Arena Commander are all the training variants. They're all the like most basic variants you can get. The next patch that comes out, which is they're calling it version 0.9. The next patch, which introduces a whole heap of new features, which is like new hangars, two new modes, which is Vandal Swarm Co-op, and Vandal Swarm is like the single player. There's a bad work in the OT now. There's a bad work in it now? Which bed are you talking about? For which ship? I know in the Aurora the bed works. Although you can't really see much, you just stare at the ceiling. I don't think the 300i has a bed in it, and at the moment you can't get into the bed of the Avenger. But yeah, I have a 300i, and the reason why I've got the 300i is because I own an Avenger, and until the until the Avenger has been put into Arena Commander, so that it's flyable and works properly, or to the best of their capability at the moment, I get the 300i to fly. The Aurora, which is this one over here. This Aurora is from a from the Dragon Con free trial pass. It should leave my hangar on the 8th of September, and I believe that is the 8th of September American time, not Australian time. I live in Australia, if you haven't guessed yet by my accent. I'll show you the inside of the 300i if you want to have a look at it. Alright, so this is a 300i here. It has two entrances, one on either side. So you walk up to it, you get the use icon there, and then you just press F. This little ladder comes down and the door opens. You climb up your ladder. Now, as far as I'm aware, there is no usable bed at the moment. This is the inside of the 300i. You can't really use anything here. If, like, for example, you see that how it's coming up used there. I'll just quickly press F. And nothing happens. No, the door opens there. There it is. Yeah, that's to get out. As far as I'm aware, there is no bed that works in here yet. But they're working on it, I guess. If you want to get into the pilot's chair, you just walk up to it. Use comes up. Hit use, and then it goes into this animation. That animation's the wrong one. I'll jump out. I'll just jump out of the pilot's chair. Right in front of you. Okay, I think I know the area that you're talking about, because I've actually seen, I haven't seen concept footage of, like, that's where the bed is supposed to be. Like, I think you're talking about, like, these areas down here, are you? Yeah, there's no, like, use panels or anything like that. Like, can't activate anything here. At the moment, the model's a bit funky. Like, they've still got to fix up a lot of stuff inside the ships. They've just got them to the point where they're, like, you can interact with certain things within the ship, and then you can, like, go and fly in them for Arena Commander. But as far as I'm aware, there is no bed that you can jump into yet. Could even be over here where you hit a panel and it pops out. They could incorporate it. Like, personally, it makes sense because all the other ships, or most of the other ships, have a bed. You know, if you really got desperate for a sleep, you could just sleep on the floor over here. You know, where my feet are. You could sleep on the floor there, but you know, it's one of those things where I'm not 100% sure. You know, you could use the sides there for beds. But they're doing some rework of the interior of the 300i as well, because like the cargo capacity of the 300i, they want to try and fix up the interior so it reflects what it's supposed to be able to. Not in the multiplayer matches or the Vandal Swarm mode, but what you can do in free flight, I'll show you later, but what you can do in free flight is you can actually get out of your ship. What I'll do is I'll get out this ship here. I'll show you the rest of them. There's a little platform that you can land on when you're in free flight mode and jump out of your ship. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So it's a bit iffy. But yeah, that is the 300i. As it is at the moment. They're always changing it. Well, if you eject from the ship, it just shoots you straight out of the canopy. The canopy on the ship just pops off and then it just shoots you out. But in free flight mode, you can actually get out of your chair when you land on a certain platform. You get out of your chair and you can get out of your ship and then you're walking around a platform. Yeah, the landing gear sometimes plays up. And it'll, like, as you get low enough, it'll pop out and then it'll deploy the way that it's supposed to. Then you'll hit the platform and then it'll pop back into the ship, and you know, it's a bit of a nightmare. But I'll show you the Aurora, see if it works, the animations in that. Got a ship here, and that's the entrance. It's got one on either side. Yeah, they've got a lot that they need to fix up there, but you know, like, as they fix it and they release patches, you know, like, you'll be able to interact with it the way that it's supposed to. You know, like, this game is still in development. So you open up one of the sides on the Aurora here, and you can get in the ship. Now I'll show you getting in the pilot's chair first. It's a bit cramped in here. And go up to the pilot's chair, do its little animation. It's kind of messing up a bit. Just change view mode so it does it properly. There we go. Now the in-game lore of, like, the story behind the way that Arena Command is supposed to work is that you're supposed to go into your ship and then you activate Arena Commander mode, and that's like practicing dogfighting without actually taking your ship into the persistent universe where it could actually be destroyed and it costs you UEC. Arena Commander is like the practice mode. You know, like, they're looking at trying to turn it into an esport eventually. But that's the idea behind Arena Commander. I'll just exit the sim there. And this is like just sitting in the cockpit. There's stuff that they still need to work on. And this isn't on like high graphics mode either, like this is on low. Because my computer doesn't like trying to do it on high. So what I'll do is I'll jump out of the chair. It goes through its little animations and that. And there's a little bed at the back there that you can see through that little door. Yeah, the Avenger's still glitched, you can't get into it yet. But they said that for the next patch that comes out, you'll be able to get back into your Avenger and look at the stuff there. And if you come up here, this is a bed, and jump into the bed. Does its little animation where you crawl in. And you're just looking up at the ceiling. Let's see if I can change view mode. Yeah, there's a new... No, you can get out. I think they fixed that glitch. Before the latest patch update as well, like, you could get into the Avenger bed, and, you know, get into it, get out. Right, let's see if I can get out this side here. Right, you know, I can just run out if I want, or I can do the animation part. And there is the Aurora. Now, one thing I want to point out about this Aurora, this is the Aurora multi-role, or the Aurora MR version. Oh, it could be a glitch that happens every now and again, but so far I haven't had that problem myself. I do recall that there was a problem with that a while ago, but I thought they had fixed that. It could still happen, but myself personally, I haven't had it happen for a while. I actually haven't had it happen to me yet. But I am aware of, like, it used to happen to other people. But yeah, like that's the Aurora multi-role ship. It's the base model. The Legionnaire version actually has 4 guns on it, so if you have a look down here, those are 2 guns there. Well, the Legionnaire has 4, and I'm not sure where the other 2 go, because I don't own a Legionnaire. But you could have a look at it in the ship viewer, I think it's up. And then you got the missile pod up top. Well, the LN is the Legionnaire. I'm not sure about the CL. I know the MR stands for multi-role, and like that's a basic model. But the best way to describe the different types of Auroras is that those acronyms there, the LN, CL, MR, LX, EX, those acronyms mean like that ship is configured to do something. So the Legionnaire version of the Aurora is configured for combat. The MR version of the Aurora is the base model, so it can do anything. Like you can outfit it to do anything that you want. I believe the EX model is the exploration model. So that means that you can, you know, like that ship is designed to do exploration better than the other ships, so it'll have... Well, to start off with, it's really coming down to what you want to do. You want to do exploration and smuggling, so you know the EX would probably be the best one to do, but to start off with. But at the same time, like you could go a Legionnaire model, and when the Persistent Universe does actually come out, you know, like you can kit the ship out however you want. You know, you can set your ship up however you want. Like you can add extra fuel tanks to it. You can like put a scanner on it so that you can do exploration, or you can put more weapons on it as long as the hard points are there. You know, you can put a better engine in it, upgrade the weapons so that they do more damage. You know, like when the Persistent Universe finally comes out, it'll come down to what you can customize your ship to do. Like the 300i, like that's the base ship of a series. Like there's an exploration version of the 300i. You know, there's a combat version of the 300i. There's a racing version of the 300i. It comes down to you know, what you want to do. And then in the Persistent Universe, you can upgrade your ship. Like you can put a better engine on it so it goes faster, or you can put more powerful weapons on it. Well, it's up to you, really. Like, if you both want an Avenger, like, that's cool. Like, I'll head over to my Avenger now. Now, unfortunately, you can't get in it because of been working on it. I don't know if they're changing bits and pieces of it, or if they're going to like change the look of it. I don't think it'll be too much of a change, but you know, like you can't see the wheels and you can't get into it at the moment. But it all depends on what you actually want to do with your ship. You know, like if you and your friend are going to be doing like smuggling and exploring, and you just want a ship to start out in, you know, the Avenger could do what you want, but the Aurora could also do what you want. You know, like it comes down to you as a pilot behind the ship, you know, setting it up how you want it to be. And that's the way that they're going to try and make ships, is like if you want, you know, like the ship to be able to take on cargo that it's not supposed to, and you want to set it up so that, you know, like the authorities can't actually see what's in it, you know, that's going to be an upgrade that you'll put on that ship. And you could put an upgrade on like an Avenger, or you could put it on an Aurora or a 300 series ship. Myself personally, I like the Avenger because I see massive potential for it. Like, it's got cargo space in it, it's got weapons on it that are quite powerful. You know, like if I want to use it for smuggling, I can. If I want to use it for fighting other ships, I can. You know, like if I want to transport something from point A, like just basic transporting stuff, I can do that. You know, I'm limited in the quantity that I can transport, but I can still do that. I see the Avenger personally as a multi-purpose ship that can do the stuff that I want to, and you know, like I got it because I like the look of it too. You know, and it's got a big ass gun on the front. You know, and I see a lot of potential out of that. But that's myself personally. What it has is prisoner transport modules, and the unfortunate thing is I actually can't show you what they look like because you can't get into the back. Like, I'm pressing the F button, which is your use button, and you can't open it. But those prisoner transport modules are like cryo stasis chambers where you stand in it and then it puts you to sleep, and you can't, like, you wake up when you get to the other side and they press a little button sequence and it wakes you up. Kind of like it's like cryo tubes that you see in cryostasis tubes that you see in most sci-fi shows, like Stargate, or like in Avatar when they're waking up at the start in that ship and they're floating around. Something like that. But there are going to be different variants of the Avenger as well, and you know, like, there's going to be a trainer variant of the Avenger where instead of there being one chair in the cockpit of the Avenger, there's two. You know, it's a two-seater Avenger, and then, you know, to get to the back, you've actually got to go through the back of the Avenger. I know the prisoner transport version is just one variant of the Avenger. I know that there's the trainer variant as well, which is a two-seater cockpit. But outside of that, I don't know what other variants are going to have. To be honest, like, if you wanted to get an Avenger, like, that's completely up to you. I like the look of the ship. Until I can start flying it in Arena Commander, couldn't really tell you, like, how good it is in combat. But even then, like, you know, when they finally do put the Avenger into Arena Commander, you don't know how good it's actually going to be, because they're going to be rebalancing everything. Like, they're going to be, you know, setting it up so that, you know, if its weapons are too powerful, they'll reduce the power on the weapons. If its engines aren't fast enough to what they think it should be, then they'll make the engines a little bit faster. You know, like, well, it's up to you, man. Like, there's nothing stopping you from getting it now. You know, and the good side of everything, like, if you don't like the ship that you get, you can always melt it down into store credits and then get another one, as long as you have the store credits to be able to purchase another one. Like, that's one thing, that's an option that you've always got. Now you can melt down your ship for store credits, and then you can just buy another ship. Depending on the ship that you own though, like, for example, if you have an Aurora, what you can do is you can purchase store credits and you can buy a cross chassis upgrade, and you can upgrade your Aurora to a 300 series ship, like the one in the distance there, or you can upgrade your Aurora. At the moment, there's no way of earning in-game credit because of the way that Arena Commander works. Now, they are planning this, where you can earn Arena Commander credit so that you can purchase weapon upgrades and ships. But that's only going to be for Arena Commander, and I have to stress this, Arena Commander is going to be slightly different to the Persistent Universe. Persistent Universe would be considered what we would say real life, and Arena Commander would be something like an Xbox game. So, you know, when you earn in-game Arena Commander credits, like, that's when you can, like, purchase another ship, but it'll only be there for Arena Commander. The way that it's set up at the moment though, is that you pledge, and it's you're pretty much giving them money so that they're able to make this game. And in exchange, they say, okay, you've contributed this much money towards us being able to make this game, so we'll give you this package. You don't start with a ship if you just buy the game and not the ship. The way that Chris Roberts wants to try and set this game up is that you don't start with a ship. Like, getting a ship in game will be kind of a big deal for you. You know, like if you want to get, eventually make the credits to get a ship, he's described that you could do Squadron 42, which will be the single player component of Star Citizen, which is like the storyline. That's like the storyline, and it's not really a single player part because you can have friends that can do it co-op with you, like cooperatively. So you and your friend can both do Squadron 42 missions together if you want, and you earn credits that way, so that when you finally finish the Squadron 42 missions, you have enough credits there where you can go out and buy a very basic ship. And then from there you go out into the persistent universe and you start making money. You do missions or quests, you earn UEC, and then you can like upgrade that ship, upgrade the weapons and that on it. Once you make enough UEC, you can upgrade that ship to another one, and so on, until you get to the point where you've got this badass ship that you've been after forever, and then you take it out and do whatever you want with it. But I will say this, like, the game hasn't gotten that far yet. They're still developing those things. They're still being made. They are making that whilst Arena Commander is out. But, you know, it's going to be a while before they start showing off that side of it. No problems, man. I'll catch you later. But yeah, if you have been listening in onto my stream, I haven't actually got my stream open, so I don't know how many people are listening, other than Good Owner. That's essentially my knowledge on the game as it stands so far. I do my best to keep an eye on the forums because I am becoming addicted to finding out the information for this game, because as far as I'm concerned, this game is going to set benchmarks for the next decade when it is finally out. I have a lot of faith behind the team that's working on this game, so you know, like, I got a lot of hopes here, and to be quite honest, you know, I think they're going to deliver. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start another match. This will probably be the last match for my stream as well. Main reason for that is I don't really stream for that very long. My attention span with this game gets a little bit low as it currently stands, so I get a little bit bored of dogfighting all the time. Because myself personally, I'm more interested in the persistent universe part, but I do enjoy a bit of dogfighting every now and again. But I want to play all aspects of the game, not just dogfighting. Alright, what should I do? What should I do? Do I want to... I think I might do a Battle Royale match for my final one. Yeah, man, this will probably be my last match, depending on how long it goes for, actually, because if I log in... At the moment, the matchmaking system's a bit funny. Sometimes you'll end up in a match. Fair enough, man. That's cool. Sometimes the matchmaking system's a bit funny and they'll load you into a match that's almost over. If that's the case, then I'll just try and do another match. But, you know, like... You can't really go wrong, and this isn't only aimed at you, Good Owner, like, you can't really go wrong when it comes to the basic package of this game. And, you know, it gives you a basic ship. You know, if you're more interested in the persistent universe type stuff, it's only $40 actually for the basic package. 45 if you want to play the Arena Commander module as well. Myself personally, I want to be able to play the game now, so that's why I bought the $5 pass for the Arena Commander module. I also bought the Avenger package, So it cost me, I believe it was $80 in total. So that's just myself personally. That's what I wanted to contribute towards this game. If I'm looking at getting a Cutlass as well, because I want a multi-cruise ship.
Core system operational.
Waiting for other players, so I'm in a new match.
Contact.
20 minutes. Excellent.
G safe and comm stab.
Battle Royale initiated.
Relative mode engaged. G safe and comm
Contact.
stab off. Relative mode
Scan
engaged.
initiated.
2 people. Excellent. Okay, 1 Hornet. He's just spawning in. I'm gonna give him a chance. Okay, he's moving now. One thing I don't like
Contact.
doing is spawn killing people. I want to try and avoid that personally.
Boosting weapons and forward shield.
Flare launched.
I remember that name, Lord Vampire. I think he's actually pretty good.
Flare launched.
From memory.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Stern shielding depleted. Proximity alert. Stern shielding depleted. Force shield depleted. Stern shielding
Boosting
depleted.
and rear
Flare
shields.
launched. Refreshing shields. Scan initiated.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Refreshing shields.
Oh wow. I should have changed to frontal attack then. I think I was still in withdrawing mode. Got some good kills. Oh wow, I'm coming 3rd too.
Respawning.
Origin
G-Safe
jump
and
works
comm
at your
stab
service. Core
Relative
system
mode engaged.
operational. Contact.
Targeting
Scan.
nearest hostile.
Contact.
Locking on.
Achieved missile
Firing
lock.
now.
Scan initiated. Contact. Contact.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock. Contact.
Boosting weapons and forward shields. Firing
Contact.
now.
Oh wow, I'm blacking
Flare
out.
launch.
Not cool.
Stern shielding at quarter strength.
Boosting engines and rear shields.
Scan initiated.
Raytheon.
Stern
Oh,
shielding
Raytheon.
depleted. Flare
He is
launched.
good. I have fought him quite a bit, and that guy is good.
Stern shield
Boosting weapons and
weapon
forward
system
shields.
has received catastrophic damage. Stern shielding depleted. Thrusters.
Brake ejected.
I think I'm going to do very bad in this match. I will say this about Hornets, like, Hornets at this current point in time are extremely overpowered, but as they should be compared to the 2 ships that they've got available. Because Hornets are designed for combat.
Respawning.
Origin jump works
Use
at your
safety and
service.
comm stab
Core
off.
system operational.
mode engaged.
Contact. Scan initiated. Contact. Scan initiated.
Locking on.
Contact. Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Stern shielding at half strength. Hostile eliminated. Scan initiated. Flare launched.
Boosting weapons and forward
Proximity alert. Stern shielding depleted.
Locking on.
I think another person was hitting me there. Yeah, I can hear it. It's a 300i with a mass driver on the front as well. Oh,
Respawning. G safe and comm stab off. Relative
Origin
mode
jump
engaged.
works at your service. Core
Targeting
system
nearest hostile.
operational. Scan initiated. Contact.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock. Contact.
Boosting weapons and forward shields. Locking on.
Initiated. Hostile
Oh wow, I just
eliminated.
one-shotted that guy.
Locking
Flare
on.
launched. Achieved
Firing
missile
now.
lock. Contact. Scan initiated. Flare launched. Stern shielding at half strength. Stern shielding depleted.
Boosting
I just
engines
lost my
and rear
engines there.
shields.
And there they are, right behind me. Not doing too well. I gotta start focusing on it.
Respawning. G safe and comm stab off. Relative mode engaged.
Origin jump works at your service.
Targeting nearest
Core
hostile.
system operational.
Another thing that I highly recommend
Scan
is if you're able
initiated.
to, get voice attack.
Contact.
Voice attack is an amazing program.
Contact.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Boosting weapons and forward. Firing now.
And that was very stupid of me. That happens a lot in this game mode too, yeah. We'll end up ramming into people. That was completely unintentional. I forgot that I was already in decoupled mode. And I switched back to coupled mode, and where I thought I would slide out, I just spun into him.
Origin jump works at your service.
G
Core
safe and
system
comm stab
operational.
off. Relative mode
Scan
engaged.
initiated. Contact.
It happens though. Especially in the ships that have worse acceleration and brakes.
Locking on.
Achieved missile.
Firing now. Locking on. Locking on.
Contact.
Locking on.
You can see the maneuverability of the Hornet right there. Like, I'm still trying to track him, and he's just able to just fly rings around me.
Respawning. G safe and
But that's
comm
what the
stab
Hornet's
off.
designed to do. Like, it's a
Relative
dogfight.
Origin jump works
300
at your
I is a
service.
training variant.
Core system
It's not
operational.
really designed for this.
Scan initiated.
Locking on.
Achieved missile lock.
Firing now.
Contact.
Boosting weapons and locking on.
Achieved missile lock. Contact.
Warning. You are
Hostile
approaching
eliminated.
simulated.
Initiated. Chaff launched.
Brake for ejection.
Weapon system.
Warning. You are
Has
approaching
received
the
catastrophic
simulation
damage.
boundary.
I did bang. Okay. That's a boundary there. Yeah, it's bugged out slightly. Shouldn't be doing that, but hey. Yay. Funny dance.
G safe and comm stab off. Relative mode engaged.
Origin jump works at your service. Core system
Alright.
operational.
One thing I will say,
Scan
like, I'm
initiated.
not exactly doing
Contact.
fighting very smart at the moment. I'm going after the harder targets. If you want to win matches, go after the easy ones. It looks like my ship is bugged out.
Scan initiated. Scan initiated.
When the ship does that, you just have to eject from it. I believe it's a bug to do with the damage state components in the ship. There's not much that you can do about it other than get out of the ship. Hope that your next ship doesn't do it.
Stand by for reintegration.
Respawning. G safe and comm stab off. Relative mode engaged.
And it looks like my game just crashed then. Alrighty, I'm just going to use that as my sign that I need to stop streaming. I've nearly been doing it for 2 hours anyway. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I don't do very long streams because my personal concentration, only dogfighting, only goes so far. hopefully when they add the next when they add the new hangars and you know the next game modes like racing and that, my next stream will be Tuesday Australian time, which is 2 days from now, 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is GMT plus 10. If you're looking for another stream to watch though, Mercenary Thorn, he's a very good guy if he's streaming at the moment. I believe he is. He'll still be streaming, he streams for quite a long time. You can always head over to him. I have my streaming times in my description though, on my channel as well. So if you need to know when my streaming times are, you can always check that. I also put out on Twitter. Fair enough, man. Well, there are other people that stream this game as well. WTF Osaurus, Bad News Baron, Mercenary Thorn, Twerk17. I'm just trying to remember the names. I believe there's a Euro guy that streams as well. Freelax, I believe his name is Freelax. All you need to do is just do a search for Star Citizen in the game search, and you'll find someone streaming the game. But I always put out on Twitter when I'm streaming next, 5 minutes before I'm about to start my stream. I'll put it out on Twitter. I'm about to start streaming. Twerk17, yeah, I'm following him too. Yeah, Bad News Baron, he's got some pretty funny stuff going on with him. What is his name? I can't even remember. Jervis, his AI that he has, that gives him crap all the time. It's pretty funny. And how he flies around as Darth Vader every now and again. It's pretty cool. But, yeah, like those are other channels that I recommend. I'm not sure about other channels. Oh, you got Geek Domo, but he plays a whole heap of games as well. Star Citizen isn't the only one that he plays, but he does stream Star Citizen, and he does a Star Citizen podcast as well, where he'll get a whole heap of his mates together, and they'll talk about Star Citizen stuff. But yeah, man, you know, check all those out. Do a search for Star Citizen in the Twitch games. You know, if you want to, feel free to follow me. It'll send you an alert when I'm streaming next. I also upload my videos onto YouTube so that you can watch them later. I'll be pulling highlights from those videos. And, you know, making little highlight videos of the stuff that I've done. But yeah, man. So I'll finish up there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Very nice to meet you, good owner, mate. And I'll catch you when I catch you next. Thank you all for watching. No problems, man. Thank you very much.